The popular ETF, SCHD, just announced that they're doing a 3-for-1 share split. So we're going to dive into what that means for the overall share price, what you can expect as we approach those dates of the share split, and what my plan is moving forward. So first, let's jump in and take a look at what Charles Schwab has posted stating what is going on with the share split. If you go in and look at SCHD on their website, you can see this little note that says, effective after the market closes on October 10th, this ETF will undergo a 3-for-1 share split. The ETF share split will apply to shareholders as of the record date of market close on October 9th. This basically means as long as you own SCHD on October 9th, this applies to you. And at the market close on October 10th, that's when the shares will actually split, and the shares will begin trading at their post-split price, which will be 1/3 of the current price as of October 9th. So the forward share split does increase the number of outstanding shares, but it decreases the NAV, which is the net asset value per share. The splits will not change the total value of any investment, so keep that in mind. If you had $1,000 invested into SCHD after the split, in theory, you would still have your $1,000. There will be variation in the market just because people will see that the share price is significantly cheaper, and if they're unaware of why this happened, they might try to sell out of their position, pushing the market a little bit lower. But if people see this as a really good buying opportunity, you could see the share price increase, and that is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting people to see that SCHD is now at a more affordable price if they're looking to buy whole shares, just like a lot of retail investors enjoy doing, and they'll just try to scoop up as many shares as they possibly can, which will push SCHD to all-time highs and continue to show how solid and strong of an ETF it is. And that is why I'm planning to continue to buy SCHD until I end up passing away far, far in the future, hopefully. But let's take a look at some other interesting metrics when it comes to SCHD. So performance, absolutely nothing changes with the split. The only thing you'll see that's going to be different is when you look at different platforms such as TradingView, you will see that it'll start from a lower price than what it is now. So if you looked at the current price in a month or so, once the split has happened, instead of it showing it's at $80 right now, it'll show that it's at $25 just because they account for the split. Nothing in the portfolio should be changing in SCHD, and they will disclose that if they do. But regarding the stock split, absolutely nothing should be changing. Now, talking about the overall reliability of SCHD and them proving over and over again that this is such a solid and strong ETF, we're going to take a look at the most recent dividend payment, which actually came out today. The dividend payment was 75.45 cents, and then when you compare that to the prior year, that was 65.45 cents. If we take a look at just the third quarter's growth, the prior year from 65 cents to the current year of 75 cents, that's a 15.3% gain in overall dividend payouts, which that's nothing new for SCHD. As you can see over here, the 1-year dividend growth rate for the average across all 4 quarters is 16%, and the 3-year average is 11.09%, and the 5-year is 12.33%, just proving over and over and over again, year after year, that SCHD is one of the best ETFs out there, and they're constantly rebalancing their portfolio to have the best dividend paying stocks that they possibly can in their portfolio to reward their shareholders. And with this stock split or ETF split, share split, whatever you want to call it, that just allows more people to buy in and push the price higher and put the total assets under management even higher and pushing it to new all-time highs. So as you can see right here, I currently own 10.53 shares of SCHD, and I'm planning on continuing to build my position even though we have the stock split in the future. If nothing were to change and I don't buy any more shares of SCHD, on October 10th, after the stock split happens, I would have 31.59 shares, which total value-wise, I understand that that's not going to change, but I'm totally fine with that just because I know I'm trying to buy SCHD for the long run. But as you'll see here in just a moment, I plan on having more than just 10.5 shares. Because when doing a little bit of a review and seeing that the 10-year return on SCHD has been 11.59%, just showing that they are really kind of an animal in the ETF space, showing that they have tons of growth, I reevaluated my overall plan, and we're going to see how that's changed. Well, the plan really hasn't changed in any negative way because I'm going to start buying at least one share of SCHD every single week and just try to build my overall position because my plan by the end of the year is to increase my overall position in SCHD from 2.5% to 10% of my overall portfolio by the end of the year. Now, if I start now and do buy as many shares as I can before the stock split, I do think that's only going to help me in the long run because when people see that the shares of SCHD are trading at a very extreme discount, if they are not aware of the share split, people will continue to buy more and more, just pushing that even higher, allowing my portfolio to continue to grow and increasing or keeping my yield on cost about the same. And you might be wondering, are you worried about what's going to happen with SCHD in the future? And to be honest with you, no, absolutely not. I think SCHD is going to continue to grow and outperform what everyone's expecting and grow their dividends year over year because they do buy the companies that are dividend growth stocks and they're very reliable and they're not buying anything that's risky or new or any dividend traps. I'd like to thank you for tuning in on this brief recap of SCHD and their stock split. I think it'll be really interesting to see how everything unfolds. But if you made it this far in the video, make sure to smash the subscribe button, and we will see you next time in a few days for a portfolio update. Take care, everybody.